Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Top 5 series today. Top 5 tips for mastering bar chords. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a short version. To see the complete version, check out my website, song-bike.com. All right, let's get started. Tip number 1 might surprise you because it has nothing to do with your fingers. It has to do with the action of your guitar, the string action, how far away the strings are from the fretboard. It's completely adjustable on every guitar. So first thing I recommend is finding a guitar repair person, hopefully at your local guitar store, who can take a good look at your guitar and perform what they call a setup. That means making your guitar as easy to play as possible. That's more important with bar chords than probably any other thing you're going to do on the guitar. So get your action adjusted, get your guitar set up. Might not be cheap, but your guitar is going to sound great and play great afterwards. Now, if you're curious about all the work that goes into making guitars sound good and play great, I recommend reading this great book here called The Acoustic Guitar Repair Detective, written by my buddy Paul Neary and published by Hal Leonard Books. All right, now let's move on to tip number 2. Bar chords are a lot of work, so my second tip is to understand why they're important and where they come from. That way you'll stay motivated as you work on them. So why are they important? If you have the strength and flexibility to play one bar chord, you can play dozens of bar chords up and down the neck of the guitar, majors, minors, seventh chords. Now let's talk about where they come from. Bar chords are directly related to open position chords that you probably started learning on day 1. I'm going to use E major as an example right here. My E major chord, I got my index, my middle, and my ring fingers, and effectively the nut of the guitar, that white piece right there, that stops the strings from vibrating at that point. That's why it's all dead back there. So I have 3 fretted strings with 3 fingers and 3 open strings. Now I can take that grip and slide up and down the neck and get some interesting sounds. It'll always produce a major chord, but with the open strings continuing to ring as open strings, it can get some pretty interesting sounds. If I want to get a pure major sound as I go up and down the neck, I have to take the nut with me. How do I do that? I use my index finger as the nut. So here's what we're going to do. I've got my E major chord, but I need my index finger, so I'm not going to use my index finger. I'm going to rearrange my left hand finger so my index finger is free to become the nut. I'm going to play my E major with my middle finger, 3rd string 1st fret, pinky finger, 4th string 2nd fret, ring finger, 5th string 2nd fret. Still an E major, but now my index finger is free. In effect, my ring finger is sort of resting here at 0, right on top of the nut. Okay? Now, I can take my E major grip and move my whole hand up to new places on the neck, keeping everything in the same position, and I'll get major chords up and down the neck. Why will they be major? Because they're based on E major. If you can play one, you can play them all. Just marching up the neck. Of course, the fret spacing gets a little bit smaller, right? So you got to adjust your fingers a little tiny bit. But I think you get the idea. So that's where bar chords come from. You take an open position chord, you free up your index finger, assuming that you've been using your index finger to play that chord, and then you use your remaining fingers to play whatever the chord happens to be, and then your index finger becomes the bar going across. Okay, let's move on to tip number 3. Okay, YouTubers, I know you want some more tips on bar chords, so head over to my website, Songbike. You can see the address right down there. You can become a member and see tons of videos not available on YouTube, including my entire Top 5 series. I'll see you at Songbike.